let's get started. I see one flat, and it starts on D, it ends on D with all these sharp thingies. So therefore I'm assuming that we're in D minor. So let's put that in. So I'm looking at a 1 chord, nothing written underneath. So we know it's a root position triad. So that's a 1. Next one, it's a 6/4 chord with a slash through it. So the slash through the 6 means raise it. 6/4 means that it's a second inversion triad. So if we're looking at E in the bass, then the root is A, 5, 6/4 chord. Okay, next chord, we see an F in the bass with a 6, which means it's a first inversion triad. So if F's in the bass, then D is the chord. Next, root position triad, nothing written, so G is 4. Next, there's a sharp with nothing written next to it, so we know there's an invisible 3 next to that. So 3 above A is 1, 2, 3. This is C, so C sharp. We know that C sharp is the leading tone in the key of D minor, so we'll want to put that in. Okay, next, there's nothing written, so it's a 1 chord. Next is a 6/5. So a 6/5 inversion means that it's, you have to think, okay, triad or 7th chord. It's a 7th chord. 7th chord, first inversion. So we're looking at the third of the chord, which happens to be the leading tone. So therefore this is a, so it's going to be a 5, 6/5. Next one, I see a D, nothing written, so it's a 1. Throughout. Next one is a B, nothing written, so there's one of our chord du jour, right? So this is a 6 chord. Remember, in minor scales, the 3 and the 6 are major quality. In major scales, 6 and 3 are minor quality. Okay, so then the next one, I see an F, root position, so it's going to be a 3 chord. Okay, then I see a G, nothing written, so I know that it's a 4 chord. Next one, it's a 7 with a sharp underneath it. So it's a, and I'm looking at an A, so it's a root position 5, 7. Don't forget to raise the leading tone. Okay, and then the next note is a B, so it'll be a 6 chord again. I don't know where it disappeared to. It went to the restroom. I guess it's back now to work. Okay, now we have a G. Nothing's written, so we know it's a 4 chord. And then and the very last 2 measures, the penultimate measure or second to the last measure, 6/4, cadential 6/4, 7, 5, 7 to 1. So that's our ending. So it's going to be a cadential 1, 6/4, 5, 7, 1. All right, I finished my Roman numeral analysis. Now let's put in some notes. Now my intention for this lesson is to add the 6 non-chord tones. So passing tone, neighbor tone, and then those are the stepping ones. Then the ones that leap is going to be an appoggiatura, which is accented. It's leaping on the beat and then resolving by step, usually in the opposite direction. And then a scape tone or échappé, right? So therefore it's going to step in the opposite direction, then leap into a chord tone. And then the last 2 are time delayed ones. So the first one is the anticipation. It usually happens toward the end of cadences. I'll show you when we get there. And then the last one is suspension, which is a 3-part process where you prepare it, you suspend it, then you resolve it. And I'll go into that too. Okay, so in a sense, we're going to go through these chords, but I'm also now thinking about how can we start to make more musical phrases? How can we add these non-chord tones to make it feel more musical? So I'm not just plugging in chords anymore. I'm not really thinking vertically, even though we work vertically. I really want to focus more on the linear aspects, how the line is moving through the space. Okay, so let's start out.